One day a teacher saw a student running faster than his car. He checked his speedometer, then sped up to catch him. He almost hit the boy. The teacher stopped him and asked what was going on. Turns out the boy could really run. The boy acted like it was nothing. He just told the teacher to stop following him, then took off toward the fields. Watching him run away, the teacher got an idea. Back at school, he pulled up old race records, and found out a student named Thomas had times that ranked among the best in the state. So he went to the principal, and pitched the idea of starting a cross-country team for this year's state meet. He also discovered Thomas was not the only fast kid. Several others could really run too. Most of them had similar backgrounds. They came from Mexican immigrant families, and lived in one of the poorest towns in America. Every day they got up at 5 in the morning, finished chores at home, worked in the fields, then ran to school. Over time, they built incredible speed, and unbelievable endurance. The teacher believed, with proper training, they could become champions. But the principal was not sold. Cross-country was seen as a rich kid's sport. It cost money to train and compete, and the school had no budget. They did not even have a coach. What the principal did not know was this new PE teacher was no ordinary coach. He had coached football, and distance runners too. But after an incident, he lost his job, and his reputation. No big city school would hire him, so he moved with his wife and 2 daughters to this small farming town. The town was poor, but the people were kind. One neighbor gave him a chicken as a welcome gift. The grocery store owner gave him a tree sapling, hoping he would stay, but he turned it down, because he never planned to stay long. He just wanted to prove himself, and get back to the city. When the cross-country plan got rejected, he felt lost. Then an English teacher told him more about the kids. Many struggled in school, and without college, most would never leave town. They would either work the fields, or end up on the wrong path. After hearing that, he became even more determined. So he met with the principal again. This time he learned there was a state grant for starting new school programs. Cross-country qualified. Once the funding was possible, the principal approved it. Next came recruiting, but it was not easy. The students thought practice would take away from work. Nobody wanted to join. Then the teacher remembered something. He had seen the kids drinking tap water after work, just to cool off. That gave him an idea. During PE class, he brought sports drinks, and offered them as prizes. The kids ran their hearts out, and their talent showed immediately. The teacher told them, join the team, get free drinks every day, win scholarships, and maybe even go to college. That got him 4 runners. Then those kids helped recruit 2 more. The last spot was saved for Thomas, but Thomas refused to join, until one day, the teacher saw him in a fight, and realized he had a chance. Working with the principal, he finally convinced Thomas to join, in exchange for dropping the punishment. Just like that, the 7-man team was complete. But problems started right away. Some kids thought the heavy kid would slow everyone down, and wanted him cut. The coach refused. He said that kid would matter someday. Then he told them, if they wanted a better future, they had to train harder than anyone. From then on, they ran every day, through every corner of town. Under the blazing sun, the coach struggled to keep up. He was constantly out of breath, and had to stop and rest. Whenever the grocery store owner saw him, he handed him a soda. Meanwhile, the runners kept going. No excuses, no quitting. After practice, they cooled off at a car wash, using the hose water. The heavy kid always finished last, but he never gave up. Looking at their worn-out shoes, the coach felt awful. Soon, their first race arrived. Wanting to help, he paid for new uniforms, and new running shoes himself. At the meet, other schools laughed at them. Nobody took them seriously. The team stayed quiet, and saved their energy for the race. When the gun went off, everyone took off. Early on, the runners stuck to their pace. Thomas looked strong, and stayed near the front. The others trailed behind. Then the course changed. Once they hit the sand, Thomas started moving up, passing runner after runner. But a long uphill section destroyed his rhythm. His pace dropped. His energy disappeared. One by one, other runners passed him. By the finish, he had fallen far back. The rest of the team struggled too. The heavy kid finished dead last. Their first race was a disaster. The ride home was silent. Nobody said a word. The coach took responsibility. He admitted he had not studied the course, then reminded them, one bad race meant nothing. They were better than this. His words lifted their spirits. But back home, he still felt defeated. These results were nowhere near his goal. His wife noticed, and reminded him, tomorrow was their daughter's birthday. Do not forget the cake. He promised he would not. But his mind stayed on training. The next day, he took the team to a dirt hill. 4 hill workouts. After one lap, everyone was exhausted. The heavy kid could barely stand, but the coach kept pushing, lap after lap, up and down the hill. The runners dug deep, and kept going. 10 laps later, practice finally ended. Then Thomas snapped. As he ran, he let all his frustration out. He said they were just farm kids, not athletes. No matter how hard they trained, nothing would change. Their families had been stuck here forever, and they probably would be too. Then he walked away, and quit the team. The coach ended practice early, and went home disappointed. The moment he walked in, he remembered. He forgot the birthday cake. His daughter was furious, and locked herself in her room. He tried to apologize, but she would not open the door. One comment from his wife left him speechless. Now both work and family were falling apart. Late that night, he drove around town alone, trying to clear his head. As he passed a bridge, he noticed someone sitting on the edge. He quickly turned around, and approached carefully. It was Thomas, covered in bruises. The coach knew immediately something bad had happened at home. Not knowing what to say, he talked about forgetting his daughter's birthday, and admitted he was not a great father either. That got Thomas talking. Earlier that day, his father came home, and found out his underage sister was pregnant. The family exploded. Thomas tried to step in, and got hurt in the chaos. Hearing this, the coach became even more worried. He begged Thomas to come down, but Thomas felt hopeless, like there was no future. The coach stayed with him, and kept talking, until he finally stepped away from the edge. The coach saved more than a runner that night. Then he asked him, "Do you still want to run?" Thomas nodded. The next day, training started again. To make the team better, the coach became obsessed with learning. He watched race footage, studied training methods, and taught everything he learned. Every day, he rode a bike beside the runners, giving advice along the way. The mood improved, and so did the team. Soon, he set up a race against another school, to test their progress. When the race started, the other team took control early, and boxed Thomas in. But he stayed calm, and stuck to his plan. As the race went on, he slowly moved up. By the final stretch, he was in second place. After a shout from his coach, he kicked into another gear. The gap kept shrinking. Around the final turn, he made his move, and crossed the finish line first. His teammates ran great too. Several finished near the top. Even the heavy kid set a personal best. After the scores were added up, McFarland edged out the win. Their first team victory. Everyone went crazy. For the first time, they believed. Then another problem appeared. The heavy kid, and his two brothers, stopped showing up. The coach asked around, and learned their father pulled them out. He thought racing could not feed a family. Working the fields could. The coach visited their house, but could not change his mind. So the next morning, he followed the boys to the fields, and worked beside them, from sunrise, until the heat became unbearable. Before long, his back was killing him. Only then, did he understand how hard their lives really were. He promised them, practice schedules would change, and on race days, he would help with the work. That finally brought them back. From then on, the team kept improving. Their results got better and better, and the name McFarland started showing up in newspapers. One day, the English teacher shared a student essay about how running changed lives. For the first time, these kids felt they belonged to more than the fields. They belonged to something bigger. Soon, the entire town was following the team. More kids looked up to them, and the runners grew more confident, because they knew they were not just running races. They were running toward a future.